Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So it's Sunday, August the 18th, and the kids and I are prepping for some friends. It is 5:41, which means we only have about 20 minutes before they get here, and we are in the middle of making dinner. So I'm going to be making the salmon patties. This is from the Southern Keto Cookbook, page 186. But I don't have salmon. I thought I had some canned salmon, but I don't. I do have, however, 2 pounds of tilapia. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grind it in my food processor and make tilapia patties. So I'm using what I have and I'm just adjusting the recipe to fit the ingredients that I have. Still gonna make like a fish cake and try to make a sauce to go over it. I think we're gonna have broccoli, some fruit and a dip, and maybe a salad. Hadn't quite thought about all of that yet, but anywho, I'm gonna ground up this fish and see what we're working with. All right, so that's the first round. And I'm not making it, I don't want to make it a mousse. I just want to get the fish ground so I can add in the ingredients that go into the salmon patties. Salmon patties. See, there's some chunks still in there. So I want to move this around some to get it all unloosed. Now the original recipe called for 14 and 3/4 ounces. I had 32 ounces, so I'm just gonna double this and hopefully the kids and I will have some leftovers for tomorrow's lunch. So I'm gonna use my big mixing bowl. I'm going to do is just put all my ingredients together in this bowl, and then we're going to fry these patties in a fry pan. Okay, so this is what the tilapia looks like ground. So I just did a, a rough chop. I didn't want to make like salmon mousse or, tilapia mousse. I just wanted to ground it so that once I add all the rest of the ingredients, it will hold together nicely. So again, I am doubling this recipe. I do want to get all of the fish off of this utensil though, so I won't leave any on there. Best invention ever is your rubber spatula. Rubber spatula gets every single bit of food in any crevice that you can, have it in. So I love a rubber spatula. I've had these for years and years. So I just like to use them to get all of the food out. This ain't like the TV show where they just kind of dump it out and whatever's left in, they leave it. No, we get it all around here. So that's how we living. Jackson is getting some bacon done on the other side because we're going to put some bacon in our broccoli. This meal honestly won't take very long to cook. I was editing a video and I like the food to be hot and fresh when people arrive. So I try to, and then it just gives us a few minutes to kind of chit chat while I'm finishing up. That's just how we usually work it. So it works out just fine. We've never had any problems. Also, while the bacon is going, I'm gonna whip up some muffins, and I'm also going to be cooking ahead some taco meat. So I was at the grocery store today at Food Line, and usually on Sundays at my Food Line, they have markdown meats. So I found some Genio turkey meat, but it was already pre-seasoned like taco meat. So I'm going to do a couple packs of that because we have a Mexican taco soup coming up this week on our meal plan. And I want to go ahead and do that since I'm already in the kitchen. And to, you know, since I'm back at work, I'm not real sure what my time is going to be looking like. So I want to make sure that I get stuff already prepped and done. So I'm going to grab that and go to the stove with it. Is there anything that needs to be pulled out that we can possibly use?
What do you mean?
Anything? Like, can we clean out the fridge at all?
No. Are you using it, Red?
What, babe? Oh, you can have it. Here.
We can make some.
Jackson, let's go ahead.
There's some
And
green
cucumbers
beans.
we need to eat.
Okay, the dip can be made. Let's go ahead and put the bacon in.
There's some green beans in the bag.
We had green beans last week, though. Let's put that on, what, 20 minutes, you think, for the bacon?
400? 16. 15.
I'll put 15 on, we'll see. Jackson, there's some more things here.
There's some. I gotta use the fancy things again.
Okay, so here is my turkey. It's the Genio. It's taco season. Turkey sausage. Turkey sausage? Yeah. Taco seasonings, turkey sausage, right? So I'm going to use this. There is, let's see, 0 grams of carbs, but it says spices, sea salt, sugar, garlic powder, but it says 0 grams of sugar. So this is, the ingredients are great. Actually, turkey, spices, sea salt, sugar, garlic powder, onion powder, cocoa powder, I don't know, rosemary extract. That's the only thing that's in here, but it does say 9 grams of fat, 0 carbs, 0 sugars, 0 fiber, 10 grams of protein. So, you know, with me doing keto, I have to pick what I can afford, and those are the items that I buy. So I am going to use that meat in here, and I'm gonna now finish prepping my salmon patties. So let me get what I need. I'm gonna need Parmesan cheese, mayonnaise, onions, seasonings, okay, and almond flour. Alon, will you grab me out the almond flour? How much onions did it say? Tablespoon. And Jackson, will you get me a 1/4 cup measure?
Wet or dry?
Dry.
Two of these.
Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, you can put any of that away. This is trash. Next time.
Hey, man. How are you? Why are you so cute? You want me?
I have paper towel, babe. All right, so my pan is hot for my turkey. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this and go ahead and drop the turkey in. So we're not eating this for dinner. I'm just giving it a cook because we're already cooking anyway. So this is just gonna be a little bit of keto meal prep. We have biscuits left over from the prepping we did the other day. So this is what the turkey looks like. It's already seasoned up. Normally their turkey looks very pale in comparison. So I guess that would be all the seasonings that they put in there. But again, even though it had sugar on there, it didn't. None of the ingredients said brown sugar or anything like that. So I'm actually going to turn it down, and you can smell it. I'm trying to see if I can show these ingredients, and probably some from the cocoa powder. So there's a list of ingredients. Let's see if it'll show up. The best, but let's see. Let's try again. So anyway, that's what we have. We'll see. Can you grab that one from Mama Love? Sure. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of bacon grease to keep it from sticking to the pan. And I did turn it down just a hair. All right, I'm done with all of those. Now I'm just going to stir up my mixture. Make sure I get my egg well incorporated. Make sure I get that almond flour and the egg they're using as a binding. The mayonnaise is a binder. And the one thing I like about leaving it chunky like this is it is going to give you nice big chunks of the meat when you're eating the patty. So I'm excited about that. I probably could make these larger. These are supposed to have 2.8 net grams of carbs. It's 5.3 grams of carbs using the salmon. So I guess I should have looked at it using the tilapia, but it's 2.8 net grams of carbs. And if you make it just in one, I doubled this, so it'll make 6 patties. So I doubled this to make 12. So we may not end up having lunch tomorrow. I guess it'll just depend on how large the patties are. We'll see if I can get an even number. So let me try to keep mixing this to make sure I got all those ingredients mixed in real well. Let this sit while I work on my muffins. I gotta make some muffins as well because I'm already baking. The oven's already on. Just do it.
Yeah, I've been planning on going there for a while, and there was this older guy that I talked to from my job, and he goes to a different church, but he's kind of been like a mentor
I hear you.
type of person. So, like, you know, and I talked to him about like all my issues, right? So,
right.
And I was talking to him about the whole like church issue and stuff, and you know, just past time we talked on Friday, he was like, "Look, man, you need to go to this church." And I was like, "I know, Mark." He was like, "Look, no, you need to go to this church." And I was like, "Yeah." So then he made me like shake his hand and tell him like, "Okay,
You was gonna go.
I'm gonna go to this church this weekend. I don't care what happens." So then after that, I was like, ugh. I mean, now I
Put your foot in it.
yeah, like, you know, now I have to, now I only because, you know, I need to go, but now I have to go because I,
Sure.
now, you know, shook hands.
You want to keep your word. Right.
It took a lot of work. It took a lot of work. I'm like, man.
Alana the bacon.
And meet new people and talk to people. I don't want to do that. But I told Mark, and I was like, So you know what? I must have strength.
Jackson, I need 2 eggs.
Yeah.
I'm listening totally.
So then yeah.
Mhm.
And that happened, and I was really. And it's also one of them churches where like I don't have to have a suit on or so now you know a lot of them have like collared shirts
Sure.
and polo shirts, but then they have like shorts and khakis on and
Sure.
sneakers. So I was like, yo, this is my jam. Like I like this. Like because like I'm so used to that, you know, that like okay, suit and tie, sit with the men, you know,
Sit with the
like you know, like
Mhm.
that type of church.
Right.
And so when I knew that I didn't have to wear a suit, that was also a plus because I was like, because not saying that black folk, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
that it's a bad thing, but I'm saying for probably some, or probably most of them,
I need sour cream.
a suit and a dress, it could be like a mask
It could be.
for how they really are.
Sure.
So it's like, you know.
But so could jeans. Just so you don't get it twisted. Jeans could
Right.
too.
Right. So I was really good. I felt really good
Good.
on not having to wear a suit, but all around it was good. A very nice people, very nice community, and
I'm gonna use that in
I plan on
the broccoli.
to go back to that church.
Oh, that's lovely.
And also just like go ahead and just
I was gonna use those.
and go ahead
It's okay.
and change churches and
Salt
stuff.
Jackson.
So
Well, don't make any rash decisions. Make sure you like it and it feeds
Right.
your soul
right.
before you start changing things. But here's the thing, right? So your growth in the Lord is your job,
Okay.
not any church. It should enhance what you're learning, but you and the Lord have to come to an understanding. Jesus, teach me what I need to know, or God, show me, Holy Spirit, show me. And so then you spend time in the Word, spend time reading, praying, because no place or person can grow your faith. It's yours. So fellowship and talking back and forth, always good, but it's between you and God. So remember that. Alon, did I get the paddle?
Oh.
Just thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to ask myself if I was going to go to this church just because I want to be around my friends, or
Sure.
or if I'm going to actually do the word and stuff.
Right.
And I had to ask myself that question. So, like, I didn't like call my friends or text my friends and let them know it's coming.
Right.
From what Mark said, I should just go. Like, don't,
Sure.
Be, so I feel it's a process of things.
No expectation that you're coming. It's just
Right.
yeah.
So then I got there and like I didn't see him.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh no, like if this is the one Sunday that they don't go,
Right,
I'm
right.
so mad. So I was there and I was in the pew and I was like, man, like he's not here yet. His wife's not here. Like what's going on? Like, I was like,
But, yeah. When you get down, the dogs are around.
but then sometimes dogs bark just to bark. Because
Well, I didn't say bark. I said they were growling at these people. Whereas the people that got into the house, the dogs had met them. Number of times.
Grab this one. Yeah.
I tell you what.
I can help you, Lord.
Shanika's dog. That one.
Yeah, that
Hates
dog
me.
is not, see, that dog is not well.
He hates everybody.
Yeah, that dog, I mean, I was worried about the way he acted. Don't take that dog personally, because he is just right on the edge. Here's what I try to explain to people. You never get a dog before they're 8 weeks old, because the dog needs to be with its mother to learn how to be a dog. People who get a dog too soon and take it away from its mother, when some cases where the mother dies, that dog is never going to be right. Never. No matter what. Unless it has a substitute mother. Her dog acts like a dog that wasn't with its mother for a long time to learn how to be a dog. Or her dog acts like a dog that was hurt and tortured a little bit overly. But here's what I used to do. If you're walking down the street, somebody's coming towards you, and they're not mentally right, you're gonna know it, aren't you?
Me? Like,
Yeah.
another person? There?
Yeah, you are. Their eyes are gonna be doing stuff funny, and they're gonna be looking at you funny.
Oh, well, yeah.
You can judge a person, a lot of things about a person by their body coloring,
Oh, right, yeah, okay, yeah.
and dogs are good.
No, we're good here.
But dogs are not good. Like we can substitute, there's certain animals that they substitute human contact for. I saw something on the Animal Planet the other night where they were paying people to lay down and sleep with baby elephants and baby rhinoceroses whose mothers had been killed for ivory. And they were found at work. But I thought to myself when I saw that, I wonder if it's like a dog, because you can't substitute a person for a dog mother. They'll live, you know.
Can I have
But they're-
Oh, what day was it? I got him on Saturday.
Right.
They were just getting used to each other when he started coughing.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday and Monday. Yeah, I said, I paid a little bit for the dog. I paid. Other people would have paid 3 times more for him, which God told me, because my daughter, I've known him for a long time. He said he charged me a third as much. And I thought it was a fair amount. I mean, he needs to get enough to cover his shot costs. and
Sure.
You know, the general cost of, and, you know, what happened to puppies. But
Jackson, do we have any more
This
of the
guy.
Okay, you guys, so it is Thursday, August 22nd, and I'm just getting off from work, so I am putting together a quick meal. The kids and I have to be out of here in about 45 minutes. So I'm trying to get us a quick meal done. So I'm gonna make shrimp po' boys. Now, normally, you know, I had unstuffed peppers on the sheet, but I didn't get the peppers prepped in enough time, and we have to go to church tonight. So by the time we get home, it'll be late. So I'm gonna make this very quick, but I'm also gonna be using the chaffle recipe for the po' boy, for the piece that holds the shrimp. We don't have any low carb wraps, which is fine. It has been totally okay to use the chaffles. So what I'm doing is I'm just detailing or taking the tail off the shrimp. They were already peeled and deveined. Go get dressed. So I'm just taking the tails off the shrimp. The shrimp had already been peeled and deveined, which was good for me. I like to do them like that because it's easier. These are medium-sized shrimp. I was looking for the jumbo ones like I got last time, but they were out at the Walmart I went to. So that's totally fine. We'll just make it work with what we have. So as soon as I can get all the tails off, I'm gonna season them and put them to the side while I make the chaffles. And I'm just gonna do regular cheese and eggs. I'm not gonna, you know, put anything else special in it. I do have the waffle maker going, so it's nice and hot. But the main thing that I'm trying to do is to just get everything peeled, get the tails off so that I can season them up and let them sit in the seasoning. Normally, I would have probably liked them to sit in the seasoning, you know, longer than just a few minutes, but we're using the time that we have. So I'm gonna pour this out, head to the sink, pour this out, and then get them seasoned so that I can fry them up in the pan, and then I'm gonna work on the chihuahuas. All right, so I've been watching OK Keto, and there's quite a few more out there who are doing the chaffle recipes. I had not heard of them prior to seeing it on the other day on YouTube. So I'm just gonna do the regular chaffle, just 1 egg and then a 1/2 cup of cheese is how I'm gonna make this one. And I'm gonna make 4 of these. So I'm just gonna stir up, that's just 1 egg. I don't need it for this one, just leave it there for right now. And then a 1/2 cup of cheese. What I do need, Alana, is to go ahead and put a thing on the stove, and let's get some onions and some spinach going. Okay, so this is really simple, right? I just have the 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon, 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese. We only had cheddar cheese, but I'm gonna make it with this, it's just fine. And then a little bit of chili seasoning. And then my waffle maker is warm. And I don't have the little small dash waffle maker that I've been seeing everybody use, but that's okay too. I've seen people just use, you know, their regular waffle maker, and sometimes you use, you know, half. But I'm just gonna put this in the middle and let it cook for 5 minutes. I do want it to be kind of crispy, so I'm gonna just spread it out. So I put it in the middle, and then I'm just gonna spread it out as best as I can. Then I'm gonna put the timer on for 5 minutes, and we will have a chaffle. And I'm just gonna whip up the next couple. All right, so we have this waffle or chaffle is done. This is just the cheese and egg one. And we cooked it for 5 minutes. And so we'll put everything in the middle and fold it in half, but I'm gonna put it on a cooling rack so it doesn't get moist. Now, I'm making a waffle. So I have the 1 egg, the 1/2 cup of cheese, and a 1/2 cup of pork, crushed pork rinds. This is gonna give it a more of a, tough is not the word, but it's gonna make it more bread-like kind of. Dense maybe. Thank you, Jackson, that's a good word. Make it a little more dense, and I like the crunchiness of the pork rinds. So I'm gonna just work that in there. Of course, I don't have the little small one. Now, if you have the little dash, 1 mixture makes 2 little waffles or 2 little chaffles. So I'm going to close that one. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a press, put my timer on for 5 minutes. And so while we had, Jackson's making a tartar sauce, and while we have the tartar sauce being made, yeah,
I go ahead and do this.
we're just gonna go ahead and make the tuna salad, because we were gonna make tuna salad anyway. So while Jackson has the mayonnaise out and the sugar-free sweet relish out, he's just gonna go ahead and make the tuna salad. So we'll have that made. And we actually had way too many eggs from the last couple weeks, so we're trying to use up our eggs, and the recipes for chaffles came around at the right time, honestly. So I'm gonna make 1 more. I'm gonna make this a waffle with the pork rinds. And I haven't used anything except just some chili powder, the egg, and the cheese, and the pork rinds. So we're just gonna keep moving. Alana has put some more spinach in there since we need to use it anyway. Alana has onions and spinach going in a pan, and we're gonna just take that and throw the shrimp in, and we're gonna be eating in about 10 minutes. All right, we have the waffle is done. This is the one with the pork rinds, and it's much more hard than the chaffle with just the cheese and the egg, which I like that one. So I'm just gonna pull that one out, let that sit on the cooling rack again, And then we're gonna go in with the third one, which is also a waffle. And then I'm gonna make one more, and we'll just keep making them until we are done and ready to eat. I think the pork rinds give it a nice texture. There are some you can make with almond flour, but this recipe seems to work good for me. 1 egg, half a cup of cheese of your choice, and then a half a cup of the crushed pork rinds. And then just hold it down a little bit. Hold your waffle maker down. I'm gonna put my timer on 5 minutes and let it cook while I mix up the next one. So that's how I'm doing it. Finish one, do another one, finish one, do another one. And then we're getting ready to put the shrimp into the pan with the spinach and the onions. But here's something that I did. So we used the pink Himalayan salt, and I had a grinder, and I bought at Home Goods, they had a bag of the salt crystals, but for some reason my grinder quit working. And then so I just put the crystals into my blender, and I made it into just salt, because I have one of the salt dispensers that looks like this. It's ground up Himalayan salt. So that's just a way to use up what we have and not have waste. So we're gonna keep on keeping on, getting a few more of these done, and then I'm gonna make a sweet one. Check that waffle. It's good. Thank you. Oh my. Yes. Let's get it out.
That's the last waffle? Or is that a chocolate?
It's a waffle. I like those better.
Why do people come up with these names? How do they come up with
Because people want to eat stuff they want to eat, and so
Wait, a chocolate is
Mom.
what is
cheese and eggs.
It's a cheese egg waffle.
And a waffle.
It's a
Cheese, eggs, and pork rinds.
waffle.
So, are there any
And then an awful is a cheese, egg, and almond flour.
You want to do this?
An awful.
Yeah.
Like anybody would want to eat it all. I think it's all.
Hey, you want to try my awful? Why it's named an
Okay,
awful?
Jackson. The eggs can
Because
go.
Well, if I told you the ingredients, then you would not eat it.
The
Yeah.
cheese can go.
You said they were all. What's the cream cheese for?
For my chocolate one.
Oh yeah, chocolate ones are good.
Do you need anything else required for the shrimp po' boys?
Just for that to cook. Let me.
You sure you don't use white sauce?
What white sauce?
My shrimp po' boys are supposed to be white.
No.
Parmesan. Mayonnaise is white, isn't it?
Yes.
Green color, light green.
Well, we gotta figure out some kind of recipe.
And the last waffle that I'm gonna make is like a it's a chocolate waffle, chaffle, but it has egg, it has coconut, peanut butter, some of the lilies. So it's one I saw again on OK Keto. I hope I made it right. Some cream cheese in there. But I'm gonna give it a whirl and see. But the waffles are done. I made 1 chaffle and 3 waffles. And then I'm making a chocolate chaffle, like a dessert chaffle. And I'm just gonna use half of the waffle maker to get it all patted out. Might even be able to make a third one. Or a little one. Okay. All right, we're gonna close it. And we're gonna put it on for our 5 minutes and see what happens. All right, so we have our shrimp. This is just simple seasoned shrimp with some spinach and onions. And we're gonna put together our po' boys. So I just have one plate. I'm gonna take one of the waffles. This is very crispy. I like them with the pork rinds because it's really crispy. Like, listen, like you hear it crunch. And so I'm just gonna take some of this shrimp mixture on one side because I want to close it. Get the veggies in. And then I'm going to take one piece of cheese, just a piece of cheddar cheese. And then I'm going to put some of the tartar sauce that Jackson made on top. And this is what our shrimp po' boy looks like. And we're gonna fold it over and eat it like, almost like a taco. Almost like a taco. So we're gonna enjoy these and we'll let you know what the chocolate one comes out looking like. All right, you guys, so here is the chocolate waffle. And I'm gonna pull that out. Now it is not as hard as the other ones. And you have to be careful about your chocolate so that it doesn't burn. But that's what it looks like. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of some Lily's chocolate chips on it. And that's gonna be it for that. We want to thank you guys so much for stopping by our channel. This was just a quick after work, hey, cook with us. Because we're getting ready to go to Taekwondo. We have 3 minutes to eat and then we're out of here. We'll probably eat in the car, but whatever. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. Thumb it up, subscribe it out, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.